Good, good. What about this basketball team at Caldwell? I know you're enjoying your stay there with Caldwell.
Yes, sir.
How did you come about choosing to attend Caldwell?
I actually started going to Caldwell when I was in 5th grade.
You've been there a while then.
Yes, sir. And it was just a great fit for me.
How about academically? We talked to Peyton about this a little bit about the academics. How about the academics on your end? Has it been good for you also there?
Absolutely. Caldwell is definitely an academically challenging school, and so it's just great to put academics first.
What's your course load like each day? What kind of classes do you have, and kind of take us through the daily routine?
Well, I have a few honors classes, which I really enjoy. Honors Lit, honors history, honors chemistry, and the workload's hard, but I really enjoy it.
So you're taking chemistry like in the 10th grade, right?
Yes, sir.
Will you have anything left to take when you get in 11th and 12th? You're taking all the hard courses now. You're going to be kind of looking for subjects, I guess, in 11th and 12th grade.
Yes, sir.
What's on the horizon? Where will this take you the next 2 years as far as your academics go?
Well, in science, I'll take physics next year, and I'm going to continue to maybe start looking into AP classes to keep challenging myself.
What about any foreign languages you're involved in too?
Yes, I'm in Latin right now, and I'm on the course to finish high school in Latin 5.
5 years of Latin?
Yes, sir.
Are you looking to go into maybe medicine, maybe the medical field?
I don't know yet.
I've heard some connections between Latin and the medical field, so gosh, 5 years of Latin.
Yes, sir.
You're set to move on to something big, I'm sure. Talk about your role in the basketball team this year, because it was a busy year for you. It went fast, and maybe in some ways it went a little too quick, but talk about your role with the team this year.
Well, I'm a shooting guard. I'm a sophomore. I'll play a little point guard every now and again, but definitely in a guard role.
And who's the usual point guard? Megan Speckman, is that right?
Yes, sir.
Shout out for Megan then, right?
Oh, yeah. Shout out to Megan Speckman. What's up, Megs?
Yeah, that's good. That's good. That's good. And what about this year? Did Megan do a good job of getting the rest of the Caldwell Academy Eagles the ball?
Yes, sir. She is a great point guard, and I enjoy playing with her.
What's the strength of this team? Is it the team's offense or defense? Where does the strength of this team come from as far as your basketball team?
I think we really excel offensively and defensively. We just play with really good chemistry on offense, and we have some really good rebounders on defense. So.
What have you learned from Coach Stewart? I mean, he's come in and kind of brought this team together. You've been there since 5th grade. You probably saw some of the Caldwell teams maybe back in the early days that were not quite this good as you are now. What's Coach Stewart done to kind of mold and build this team?
Well, Coach Stewart, he's an awesome coach. I couldn't ask for anyone better. And my dad's the assistant coach, and he's pretty good with the X's and O's. But Coach Stewart, he's an awesome motivator. He pushes us in practice. I mean, day in, day out, we're always working hard.
And you mentioned going back with your dad when you were just a little girl growing up. Did you follow your dad to some of the games he was coaching back in the day and watch some of his teams maybe back 10 years ago or so?
Absolutely. Ever since I was born, he was coaching AAU for the boys Gators team, and he coached at many different high schools with Stan Kowalski. And so ever since I was little, it was basketball all the time.
What about, do you have any brothers or sisters?
I have a little sister.
How old is she?
She's 13, I think.
And 13, you say?
Yes, sir.
And how about the basketball challenge between you and your sister? Is that some little competition there?
Little competition. I'm a little better than she is right now, but she might get there one day.
How about your dad? Now, I know your dad probably when you were younger probably could win most of the competition battles between you and your dad. You're probably a little bit quicker than your dad is now, though. How about the competition you and dad these days?
There's a lot of competition there. I love playing against
You love that challenge, right?
Yes, sir.
What was the biggest challenge of this past season as far as your team at Caldwell goes? Biggest challenge your team ran into maybe during the regular season?
Well, we went through a time where, we weren't winning as many games as we would have liked to, and so, it can get really tough when you're around the same people day in, day out, every day, and so the key is just to stay, concentrated on the game and not get frustrated with your teammates.
That's a big thing, especially with young ladies, because you get to know each other well. Sometimes you get to know each other a little bit too well, right?
Yes, sir.
And then the coaches have to step in and kind of learn to kind of keep everything on a good level as far as balance goes and the friendships go, the team continuity goes. If the coaches can't do that, I mean, a male coach, guy's in trouble if he can't do that, right?
Yes, sir.
And the male coach is in trouble. Do you have any women assistant coaches? Any females within your women's team or your team?
I played AAU.
What about your team though as a whole? Do you have you got your dad, you got Coach Stewart, any ladies that help the girls out too, assistant coaches?
My math teacher, actually, Kristen Plasman, she played at Davidson.
I got you.
And
so she's an assistant coach of the girls team.
She helps us a lot, yeah.
Because the problem I used to run into coaching the girls team was you got men coaching the women's team, but then it comes time to go to the locker room at halftime. Let's check that locker room out, make sure everything's okay. You got to go in there, right? So you got to have a female who's going to jump in and kind of be a middle, not necessarily a middle man, but a middle person too, right?
Yes, sir.
And that's the coach you mentioned, maybe from Davidson, kind of steps in and does that?
Yeah, she played at Davidson.
How about yourself? Where you want to play one day? You got to have a dream, or if you can't get there, gosh, let's have a dream, a team you're shooting for one day.
I absolutely dream of playing college basketball. Really, for anyone, it's just so wide open right now. I'm only a sophomore, so that's what I want.
What about this Carolina Duke game tonight? You got any thoughts about that coming up?
I just hope Carolina wins.
All Carolina, as far as your Caldwell Academy, it's school today. Was there any talk about the game at school during the day today? People talking about that game already?
Absolutely. Rivalries everywhere.
Wow. How was the school, you think, divided? Was it almost all Carolina, or was there a few Duke out there too?
Majority Carolina, but you got a few Duke fans in there.
Have you been to any Carolina games over the years? Go down and watch those guys play?
I haven't had the opportunity to, but I definitely look forward to one day.
Going to be watching the game on TV tonight, I'm sure.
Absolutely.
And inside the household, is it like an all-Carolina Hauser family, or is there any divided family members maybe pulling for Duke?
It's all Carolina.
That should be safe, then, at least a safe night. What about now as far as your off-season workouts go? Is it all basketball? Do you do any other sports?
Well, I'm actually going to try out for track this year. It's my first year trying out for track, so I hope that goes well. But in the off-season, it's all AAU, all conditioning, and all getting better.
That's it. Total focus on the team sport. If you go for track, what event will you go with? Any idea what you would like to do?
Maybe a 100-yard dash, something like that.
That might help you also, maybe in the thinking process, maybe do this track to help me with my basketball.
Yes, sir.
Basketball, as you well know, that sport is a definitely up and down that court transition, quick transition game.
Sprinting, yes, sir.
A lot of sprinting, and if you don't get back on defense, there's got to be somebody that's going to let you know about it too. I'm sure either your coach or maybe your teammates.
Many people will let me know about it.
How did you get? What do you think in a way did you get better at your game this year, maybe from your previous season with the team? Because you played as a freshman, probably started some as a freshman too. In what ways did you get better this year?
Well, this is my first year of being a captain, so I've had to kind of take the reins a little bit and learn how to be a leader this year. And I've had, Callie Carlson, she's a great senior leader, so I've had her to look up to kind of guide me.
And a sophomore captain, that might mean you'd be in line to be a captain maybe 2 more years also.
I hope so.
That'd look good on the resume. If you showed somebody that, some people would say, well, you're a captain, Caldwell Academy. That would look pretty good down the road, I would think. Any ideas what you want to do when you get out of school? I mean, as far as you don't even know where you want to go for sure yet, but any ideas about the ambition you have, what line of work you may want to get into one day?
It's wide open right now. Could be anything. I don't know.
Do you do a lot of travel? You got the intellectual thought because you got to do a lot of thinking. You get this stuff together coming in. You're pretty well prepared coming in. Got to give you that. But do you do much travel? I know you do travel basketball. But what about the family as a whole? Do you guys travel much?
We actually do a lot of traveling. My grandparents travel a lot, so we like to go with them places.
Where do we go? Because I'm not getting to go. Where are you going to take us? Where do we go?
Last spring break, we actually went to the Virgin Islands, which is really cool. They actually have a condo down in Belize. It's in Central America. It's really cool.
Very, very nice. That's good stuff. Hannah, what do you like most about Caldwell Academy? I know you like the basketball, but as a whole, what do you like most about this Caldwell Academy?
Just the Christian atmosphere, to be totally honest. It's great to be able to openly share your beliefs, and academically, it's a nice challenge.
That's good. I like to hear those that's good stuff, because we had Spencer Wilson. I know you probably heard of Spencer, the kid from over at Bishop McGinnis, hit that long shot. He was on CBS TV. And he was here in the same chair you're sitting in a couple weeks ago. He was saying some of the same things you're saying. The fact to be able to share your beliefs and share the way you feel and be a positive influence for other people, and that's something you got to feel good about being able to do. And as a basketball player, you can do that too.
Yes, sir.
If you get mad during the game, you got to sometimes ask forgiveness. I got out of hand, I lost control, but hey, everything cools off, calms down, and then on to the next session. As far as the overall goes for Caldwell Academy, you mentioned in the future, you got to beat this first assembly team out of Concord, but just as a whole, beyond the wins, beyond winning the state, it'd be great to win a state championship, maybe your junior, senior year. What do you want to do as a whole for the next 2 years with this team?
Well, with the team, we're definitely looking to probably go a little farther in states, maybe even to win a state championship would be great. Just a lot of building will have to take place, and I think we have a great foundation right now. It's a really young team, and so there's a lot to look forward to.
Okay, you mentioned debate earlier, right? A little bit about debate. Did you mention the debate class? Here's the debate. I think Duke's going to win the game tonight.
Okay.
Why is Carolina going to win?
Well, you know, I have a good feeling that McAdoo is going to actually hit some free throws this game.
He's going to score some too, right? Because I think
Yes,
the last game he kind of ran out of juice and didn't score much. But that is good. So McAdoo's going to hit some free throws. If you look at those Carolina players, any that you kind of watch, because even as a young lady watching the men's team, I'm going to say, I like to kind of pattern my game after that guy. Anybody you kind of look at and watch close on that team?
McAdoo, definitely. I just love the way he plays.
That's good to hear. Because I remember back when James Michael McAdoo, I remember that guy was just James McAdoo, young man out of Norfolk Christian Academy or school out of Norfolk, Virginia. 6'8", I guess he was, some in that range. Guy used to play the wing. I mean, he was not even an inside player. He didn't want to play inside. Don't put me in the post. I don't want to get too much contact going on. I mean, McAdoo was always playing the outside wing guard spot, but he's adjusted and kind of changed his game since he got a little deeper into Carolina. I'm going to let you roll out of here. I'm going to tell you a good job on your part. I hope you enjoyed your stop with us at Shane's Ribshack. Any final shout-outs? Mom, Dad, younger sister, any other players on the team? A shout-out to them before you leave?
Shout out to the team. What's up, y'all?
Excellent job, Hannah.
Thank you so much.
Continued success and good luck on the debate team. If you win, if you come out victorious on the debate team, I think you will do well with the basketball. That debate team will take you a long way in life, so stick with that for sure, okay?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Solid job. Hannah Hauser with us, Shane's Ribshack for a Thursday.